light on it because of the time of year, and maybe by the time playoffs comes, you'll be able to actually do an episode in the daylight.
Yeah, that'd be better.
All right, and welcome to episode 2 of CHOW. CHOW.
CHOW.
CHOW. You like the name, Greg?
Yeah, I like it. Not bad.
Not bad. A little bit cheesy.
Nah, that's good. I like it.
Cheesy like cheese whiz. I picked an awful route to start the show off. Huh? So, Greg, how's it been, man?
All good, buddy.
It's good.
Good, buddy. How about yourself?
No complaints. Well, unless you're looking at the Flames.
Yeah.
But, beside that, everything, is pretty dandy.
Yeah, the Flames are really struggling right now, aren't they?
Yeah, the Flames are doing pretty crap. You think they can finally turn things around a bit. They win a game against Dallas. They win a game against Minnesota. I know it was only 2 games, but you kind of say, like, they're only 4 points out. If they start clicking their heels, perhaps they can, actually start getting places, and then, they win. They lose to the Anaheim Ducks 3-1 at home last night.
Yeah, I seen a stat today. It said Calgary set an NHL record for losses for, what was it, outshooting?
19 losses this year. They have outshot their opponents by 10 or more shots in a game.
Yeah.
And so, 19 losses. So that's, NHL record.
Yeah.
That's not a record you want to set.
No, it's not a good one.
It's pretty rough as a Flames fan, for sure.
I actually don't think Sutter is the right coach for Calgary, to be honest. He's
10 years ago, like the 2015 team or even the 2018 team.
I just found his way of coaching is kind of outdated for today's game.
It is.
Yeah.
Players aren't like what they used to be, right?
Yeah.
Players aren't, as tough as they used to be. They're not into this, gritty, low-scoring games. They want to get out there and make plays, right?
Yeah.
It's not the same as it was in his Cup days, right?
No, that's right.
Like, LA was a gritty team. They squeezed into the finals they squeezed into the playoffs, in 8th place in the West the year they won the Cup in 2012. So, they weren't a high-scoring team. They're basically doing what Calgary's doing now, right? Just
Calgary can't seem to get the offense going. Like,
you got all them shots on net.
Yeah, seems like no one can score. Like,
no.
I don't understand it. So
Huberdeau got low amount of points. Kadri was good for the first half of the season, but since the All-Star break, he's just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
Lindholm has not been scoring goals like he has been the last couple of years. No. Toffoli's our leading scorer. Now, there's nothing wrong with Toffoli.
No.
But he shouldn't be our leading scorer.
No, that's right. No.
Should be top 3. He's on the first line, so I shouldn't really say that. But if he's going to be the top scorer, he should have more goals than what he got.
Yeah, sure.
Right? So,
yeah.
But Flames are 2-3-0 in their last 5. They've been famous for picking up overtime points in the last little bit, but they haven't even done that in their last couple losses. They had, like I said, a win against Dallas and Minnesota, but of course they lost to Colorado and they lost to Anaheim last night. And of course, guess who else they lost to?
I can't remember. I haven't been following the Flames.
Look down. No, look down.
yeah, the Leafs. Yes.
Yeah, they lost to the Leafs in Calgary.
Yeah, that was a boring game. That was low scoring.
Well, that's what Calgary's playing, right? The style is just is wacky for. It's not what we're used to. Not as Flames fans. Last year's I think it was a great season. It's just we met the Oilers, who were, a lot more hot than what the Flames were, and then they ran into Colorado. So
yeah.
Markstrom is the 4th in all-time Swedish goaltenders with shutouts.
Yep. He's playing a little bit better recently.
He has
than what he was.
He has since that Boston game. Everybody's saying that Boston game was his turnaround.
Yeah.
That was a weird game, man. Outshot Boston 57-28. Lost 4-3 in overtime.
Yeah, that was pretty heartbreaking.
How does that even? I don't know, man. What else have I got there?
So when Sutter was asked about the Flames 0-3 loss to Minnesota, he said, "I'd boo too."
Yeah,
which makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. But did you see that interview clip?
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
yeah, I'd boo too. I was like, oh boy. Yeah, this guy's definitely on our side. No, I mean, he's a coach. You got to win his. You got to win his respect. You know, you're losing every second game. You're not going to get this guy's attention, right? He doesn't think the team is capable. I think he knows right now we're not making the playoffs. I guess he thinks making a playoff push will be foolish.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're not out of the picture. You know, we're close. But
4 points out? Maybe?
Yes, because the other teams didn't play last night. And of course, they play tonight, so we'll probably be 6 points.
Well, I mean, if you're pushing for the playoffs, you can't be losing to teams like the Ducks.
No.
Right? Like, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, we've got, I think it's 13 or 14 overtime points.
Yeah, you get a lot of overtime losses.
Dallas got just as many, though, eh?
Yeah, Dallas. I didn't expect Dallas to be so good as what they were this year, honestly.
Same with New Jersey, honestly.
Jason Robertson, too.
Yeah, now he was better the first half.
Yeah.
He's been slow since the All-Star break. For sure. That's pretty much it. I know that the Calgary City Council has been speaking again on the
Saddle Dome.
Well, replacement for the Saddle Dome, right?
Yeah.
If they really don't come to terms with a deal for that, I honestly think that they're going to lose the team, because Bettman got no time for Canadian teams. It seems, at least. So they better get this done. Now, however, I'd like to go to a game at the Saddle Dome before, they replace it.
Oh yeah, well that'd be alright.
Just the old barn, right? I think it's the oldest or the second oldest still active stadium.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I think it is the oldest now, because the Islanders Coliseum. The Islanders Coliseum was the oldest, and then that's been replaced. So, Greg, you're a Leafs fan. We all know that.
Yes, their Leafs are playing pretty well there. Although they lost to Vancouver there a little while ago.
3-2 in their last 5, I believe.
3-2 in their last 5.
Yeah.
Now the game against Vancouver, they didn't play very good.
No, they played really poorly.
I watched that game. They actually gave up 2 shorthanded goals in the same power play.
Yeah,
in the third period.
Yeah, that game was.
And
that was on my TV, actually. I think I watched that period of that game.
And they also lost Ron O'Reilly.
Yeah,
broken finger.
He's gone 3 to 4 weeks.
They almost lost Matthews and Tavares in the same game.
Oof. You lose 2 of them before the playoffs, and well, I mean, Toronto's playoff spot is locked in my mind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The only thing they're fighting for now is to keep their home ice advantage.
Now, Tampa isn't really locked in my opinion, because they've been struggling lately.
Yeah.
They only got 3 wins in their last 10 games, I believe. And you look at Florida's playing well. Florida could possibly catch them there, and Ottawa, same thing with Ottawa.
Yeah, and Buffalo was in the mix.
Yeah, Buffalo's in the mix. Yeah.
Right, they're not out by no means.
So they could drop Tampa down to a wild card.
Oh, it's possible.
It's possible, but like I said, it's not likely.
No. I mean, people have been saying for 3 months that Toronto's going to face Tampa Bay first round.
Yeah.
I mean, and it'll probably come to be that, right?
Yeah.
I
actually think Toronto is more equipped to handle Tampa this year than last year, because they got completely different third and fourth lines.
Yeah.
And that means a lot in the playoffs.
No, it's right. You're not wrong. I mean, I do think Toronto definitely got better at the trade deadline. I hate to say that, because me, I'm not a big Leafs fan as it is, but no, they definitely got better at the trade deadline. And Tampa Bay is on a downward trend.
Yeah.
Their days of making the finals, I can't say they're over, because they could surprise us and make the finals again this year. You can't count them out.
Well, last year, pretty much in the playoffs, a lot of times your top lines kind of cancel each other out.
Yeah.
And you win games with your third and fourth lines, right?
Yeah.
Like last year in Game 7, Nick Paul on Tampa scored 2 of the goals.
Yeah.
Won Game 7, right?
That's right.
So it's kind of hard to say.
Police.
Other than that, the Leafs, they're looking pretty good. They're struggling a little bit, because they're trying to find some spots for the new guys they picked up, right?
Oh, that's right.
And it's going to take a few games for everyone to gel together.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's like O'Reilly too. He's got to find his place, right?
Yeah.
He's a good addition. I think that he'll help the team progress forward for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, he's gone now 3 to 4 weeks, which sucks because that's time that the guy could be, developing and getting to know his team better.
Yeah.
But
the good thing is they are expecting him back for first game of the playoffs.
Oh, 3 to 4 weeks. You're still. Yeah, they'll probably be back a game or two before the playoffs, unless they pull some Tampa Bay stuff and go over the cap limit. I don't think.
Yeah,
but he's not counting too much towards cap, anyways.
No, I believe. Well, they got Minnesota to retain 25%.
I don't know why Minnesota's in playoff picture. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Really, I guess they just had money they weren't going to use, basically. Well, it doesn't make a lot of sense for a playoff team to do that.
No, not really.
And really, I think they only got O'Reilly for, if I'm not mistaken, $3 million.
Yeah, his
contract.
He doesn't count a heck of a lot towards, because St. Louis also retained 50%, right?
Yeah, St. Louis got 50.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's pretty much all I got on the Leafs jotted down. But like I said, I do expect them to meet Tampa Bay first round.
Yeah.
But see, I mean, they took Tampa to 7 games last year. Yeah. That was the only series that Tampa won that was taken to 7 games.
That's right. Yeah.
So I mean, you can't count out the Leafs. The Leafs always just seem to come up that much short, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, this could be the year that they get into the second round. But I have no hopes for them against Boston.
Boston is
insanely intimidating.
Honestly, it'd be hard to pick anyone beating Boston. Way they're playing.
Boston's my favorite to make the East for sure. I'd love to see the Devils or the Rangers do it.
That'd be a good series in the first round if that happens too.
Yeah,
you got a lot of firepower there on both sides.
Yeah, both teams improved in the trade deadline. Now I've got a note over on the other page there while we're speaking on that. Patrick Kane scored his first goal as a Ranger. Now he's been a bit slow starting with the Rangers. He hasn't had a lot of points, and they've lost a couple of games. Now, I mean, is Kane really going to be an important factor for the Rangers moving forward in the playoffs?
He tends to be a clutch playoff performer in his career, but there is reports out that he's kind of playing injured. He has a bad hip, so it's hard to say if that'll hold up in the playoffs or not, right?
So I guess he's just trying to push it off, and he just wants to play for the playoffs. I guess.
Yes,
I mean, if he can play a 7 to 12 minute game every game in the playoffs and still contribute. I mean, he's a valuable asset. He might get pushed to the third or fourth line if this injury persists.
Yeah, the Rangers are really deep with their forwards. Like Chris Kreider is up probably playing. I think he's on the second line, if I'm not mistaken.
He was on first line, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
He was last year, 50 goals.
Yeah, he might be now, but he was playing. I think Kane's playing with Panarin now.
Yeah, because that's just old day Chicago.
They were together with Chicago, yeah.
Panarin never won a cup with Chicago, though, did they? Did he?
No, I don't think. I think he got traded before. He went to Columbus, right?
Yes.
After Chicago?
Yeah, him and Bobrovsky was in Columbus.
Yeah, I think he got traded before they won the cup, if I'm not mistaken.
Shit luck. Now, the Growlers, I'll speak on the Growlers because there's no Caribou hockey right now.
No.
Goddamn hand pass.
I watched that game online. That was a heartbreaker.
Yeah, no, I was there. It was pretty... Chris was there, too. He said last week. It's just, like... A lot of people aren't happy about it, but hey, that's the way it goes here. Clareville seems to get the shaft of it all done.
Yeah, that's hockey sometimes. I mean, you can't really do anything about it. It's just a referee's judgment call. And good game, though, other than that.
Growlers are 38-17-1 this season. They lost last night to the Reading Royals. They play again this evening, and they also play again at home next weekend. I believe it's the Adirondack Thunder, but I could be wrong on that.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm going to the game next Saturday. But the biggest news from the Growlers this week is Gogolev is back.
Yeah.
A strange turn of events. Gogolev was part of the trade deal where Toronto got Jake McCabe and Sam Lafferty. And Gogolev, only played for the Growlers, never played for the Marlies, even though that's where his contract is signed. But he went and played, I think is it Rockport Ice Hogs?
Rockford Ice Hogs.
Rockford.
Yeah.
Ice Hogs.
Yeah.
He went played 2 games for them, which is the AHL affiliate of Chicago. Scored a goal. Scored his first AHL goal because he's never played for the Marlies.
Yeah.
And they terminated his contract and sent him. Well, he never sent him. He terminated his contract and he freely signed back with the Growlers.
Yeah.
With the Marlies. So he signed right on back again with the Marlies, and they sent him back down to the Growlers. And I mean, Gogolev is a huge Growlers favorite in St. John's.
Is he a young player or is he kind of older?
He's a little bit older, I think.
Yeah.
He's not.
Okay.
He's not 20 or 21 for sure, right?
No, that's right.
But no, it's good when we get fan favorites, and the Growlers are good. They had a good system on the go. They still are. They've lost more games in the second half of the season than they did in the first half. But they're still going to make the playoffs. It's going to be fun to watch. Hopefully I can get in a playoff game as well.
Yeah, I actually haven't been to a Growlers game before.
No, I've been to 3 or 4 now for sure.
Good hockey?
Man, it's excellent. I honestly enjoyed that more than I enjoyed Ice Caps.
Yeah?
Yeah, because when Winnipeg and Montreal shared the affiliate. Well, they never shared it. It was Winnipeg's, then it was Montreal's. There was an AHL affiliate in St. John's, for those of you that don't know, called the Ice Caps. And the Ice Caps, it was good hockey. They went to the finals. I'm trying to remember the name of the trophy now. I got that completely gone. The AHL. They went to the AHL finals against Dallas's farm team.
Texas? Maybe?
Yeah, that's
Texas Stars?
Texas Stars, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to remember the name of the trophy.
Oh.
And they lost in the finals to them. But I mean, no, beside this, honestly, the ECHL is a lot grittier and it's a lot more fun to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's good hockey for sure.
For sure. Alright, so the next thing, keeping in Newfoundlandian as a theme,
Dawson.
you got a good old Dawson Mercer. I mean, here's the argument that a lot of Newfoundland hockey fans will have. Newhook or Mercer? And for me, man, it's Mercer all
Mercer
over.
for sure.
Mercer is a stellar player, and he's proven himself so far this year. I got his stuff marked down there.
Mercer's kind of playing in a more of a bigger role with the Devils, and Newhook's playing with Colorado, though.
Well, yes, that's true.
I believe Colorado's Newhook's on the 3rd or 4th line, I believe.
3rd line, I think, in Colorado. Well, that's a good argument.
And Mercer's playing power play too, and I don't believe Newhook is. So that helps a lot with the points too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right? But I do believe Mercer is a better player than Newhook. No disrespect to Newhook.
Yeah, that's right. He's still a really good hockey player.
He scored goals in the playoffs there last year. So
yeah.
He's a vital part of the team.
Oh, no doubt.
Right. But Mercer, he's on a whole new level this year, man. He's got 3 or 4 records broken, mostly New Jersey Devils records, but still, I mean, like he's breaking team records left, right, and center in the last little bit.
Yeah, he's had a really good season so far. And so is the team. Really, New Jersey is playing really good, I gotta say.
Yeah, it was just surprising to me. I didn't expect them to be playing this good.
No, I mean they don't have that big of a difference than last year. Really, they got a few guys got older and more mature. I guess that's about it.
Yeah, Jack Hughes is coming on another level.
Yeah, he's having a good season too.
Yeah, I got a few things marked there for Dawson. I don't know if you can read my writing while we're going over Clairville's famous potholes.
Let's see. He tied Shanahan's record for point streaks at age 21 or younger in Devils history.
11 games.
11 games, yeah.
Yeah, he's got 11 games straight. He can break the New Jersey record this evening. I didn't realize Brendan Shanahan played for the Devils.
Neither did I. No idea.
No, he must have got drafted by him and traded to the Leafs or the Wings at some point. I know it sounds bad, but he's before our time.
Yeah, that's right.
But he's got that record. Now he's got the record is. I'm stuttering all over the place. His streak of, is it 8 games scoring a goal?
11 games.
No, that's points. Goals is up a little bit further, I think. 8 games in a row he scored a goal.
Yeah, 8 games.
Which tied the record for the franchise. He could have broke that, but the 9th game he didn't score. He just got an assist.
Oh, okay.
So he's got that record tied. He can break Shanahan's record tonight. And there's a third one there, I believe, as well. The NHL record, 21 years younger.
Yeah. No, that's all there.
So he's stellar player, honestly. I mean, Michael Ryder was also really good when he come into the league. He won the Calder his first year.
Yeah.
So I mean, Mercer didn't win the Calder, but I mean, when it comes down to the end of his career, if Mercer can keep playing the way he's playing this year,
yeah,
I honestly think Mercer will come out with more points in his career than Ryder, which would, effectively, possibly make him the best Newfoundlander to ever play in the league.
Yeah, I think he's definitely trending in that direction for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. And we got Cale McCarr returns after 2 separate concussions.
Yeah.
In 11 days. That's pretty rough.
He went into concussion protocol after one hit to the head. I can't remember how both hits went now. But he went into concussion protocol, and then he come back. In the game that he come back, he got hit in the head again.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think that was Carter from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Elbowed him, I think, in the head or something.
Yeah, and he ended up going back into concussion protocol. I'm awful for speaking tonight, man, I swear. So yeah, he's back now. I mean, he's a vital part of the Colorado Avalanche. I think he is just as important to that team as McKinnon or Landeskog or Rantanen.
Yeah, he's really underrated defenseman for what he does.
Yeah. He's going to be one of the best. He is one of the best in the league right now. But, like, he's going to be one of the best, halfway through his career.
Yeah, he's such a good skater. Like, even on the defensive side of the game, he can... Like, he's a really fast skater, and he can catch up with McDavid and all that stuff.
Well, there last year in the playoffs, he went down in the corner, and McDavid was flying high. And
he skated backwards.
Yeah, everybody was expecting him to, McDavid to score, and McCarr comes out of nowhere and takes the puck off his hands just the same as he collapsed it like this, and it was like,
yeah,
he took the puck and he was gone, and McDavid was kind of like, there's no way that just happened. But it did.
No, he's going to be a good one for sure.
No. Now, another defenseman is Quinn Hughes. He's not getting he's a great defenseman, but he's not getting a lot of talk because he's in Vancouver.
Yeah, if he was in another market, I think he'd gather more talk, right?
Now, I mean, he gets talked about. Don't get me wrong.
No,
but he's just not. You don't hear about it enough. I mean, if Hughes was in McCarr's seat right now with Colorado, everybody would be talking about Hughes twice and 3 times a week.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But he's in a struggling franchise, so it's kind of gets swept under the rug a little bit.
Yeah, Vancouver is definitely downtrending and falling out. Great to hear as a Flames fan, but kind of sad, honestly, because they had a bright future.
Yeah.
I told Chris last week, I said, remember good old buddy Brad? Brad, a Vancouver fan? Brad was like, oh man, they're definitely going to be better than the Flames. He said they got Pettersson, and they've got Besser, and they've got Horvat, and man, watch when Demko comes up. And I was like, who the hell is Demko?
Yeah.
And now I was like, oh, Vancouver was doing good, and then all of a sudden it's like, no, they're not. They're not doing very good.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't trade Demko, honestly, at the trade deadline.
Yeah, I think Besser and Demko wanted out, but I think they kind of gave him a little bit of got to give them a little bit of patience, right?
Yeah.
Because teams, they're not, they're not bottom feeders, but they're starting to track.
They're kind of retooling some of their players. Some players going in, some going out.
Yeah.
Because what they had there was clearly not working.
Nope. Now, he got his 200th assist
Yes.
this week.
Yeah, he fastered Brian Leach.
Yeah, that's the fastest. I haven't got the games marked there, but he is the fastest defenseman to 200 assists. He beat Brian Leach's record by 1 game. So he's, like I said, just not talked about enough.
So we also got the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's the first team to have a period with 0 shots on goal this season.
Yes, I should have mentioned that when we spoke on Tampa earlier. But yes, Tampa Bay, being 3-time finalist, just was the first team to record 0 shots in a 20-minute period.
That was against Carolina, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I watched that game. Carolina's so good defensively. They don't give up nothing.
No, they're a really good team.
Yeah.
Right, they got Burns, and they've got, Nikas a defenseman? No. Yes?
Who?
Martin Nikas.
No, he's forward. Forward. They got the Jacob Slavin on defense. He's really good.
Yeah. They got Brady Gage?
Yeah.
Brady
You got Pesce. He's a good defenseman.
That's who I was thinking, but not Nikas. Pesce,
yeah. They also picked up Gostisbehere at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
He's a really good puck-moving defenseman.
Yeah.
He was stuck on Arizona, so it was good for him to go to a playoff contender.
He was scoring a lot of goals on Arizona.
Yeah. Well, he was on the first power play unit, I believe, and he was racking up the points there.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, Carolina's definitely they're not a sleeper team, but nobody's talking about them as much as they're talking about Boston or talking about Edmonton or even talking about Rangers or Devils. Nobody's talking about Carolina.
No.
They could definitely do some damage come playoffs.
Yeah, it all depends who you play. Like your matchups in the playoffs, like it all depends who you match up with.
Yeah.
Like Carolina could be matched up with any of those teams in the Metropolitan, really.
Well, they're first in the Metro right now, right?
Yeah, so they would play
either the Islanders or
Pittsburgh.
I think it'll be the Islanders because Pittsburgh is the currently lowest wild card team.
Yeah, that's right too.
Well, actually, they played Philly. That game might be over with right now, so that could have changed. But
yeah,
Carolina versus the Islanders, that'd be a decent series.
It'd be a decent series. I think Carolina would beat the Islanders, but
Islanders are giving them a good run, though.
Yeah, no doubt. Like Islanders are good too, but I find the Islanders don't have as much scoring up front as a lot of teams do.
No.
So that's what would be their downfall, in my opinion.
But they picked up Horvat, and they seem to be doing better with him. And then all of a sudden, I haven't really seen Horvat's name in the scoring sheets that much lately.
No, and they've got Barzell out now too with injury.
Yeah,
and I don't know if he's back soon, I believe, but still.
I noticed him in my ESPN team that he's out.
Yeah, so they're hurting for offense for sure.
Yeah, I don't think they're cup contenders the year, but
no.
But well, you got the Islanders and Pittsburgh in those wild card spots in the East. Like I said, now Ottawa and Buffalo and Washington is still in the mix, and so is Florida.
Yeah, Florida won last night, so they're Florida's coming on a little bit too. They had a very rough start to the season.
Yeah, they did. They weren't doing hot, and C.H.O.W has been doing well for them, a lot better than what Huberdeau is for Calgary.
Yeah, C.H.O.W got 3 assists last night, I think. He's really putting up the numbers this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's definitely showing Calgary what they're missing. And I mean, can't say it like that because he's the one that wanted to leave.
Yeah.
At least we got something for him.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Huberdeau was still in Florida producing like he did last year and they had C.H.O.W?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I don't know what's going on with Huberdeau, really.
Gut-wrenching.
A lot of it might be the line mates, too. Just, I don't know. He's playing with Lindholm.
Lindholm with Toffoli.
Well, he went from playing with Barkov and Carter Verhaeghe, maybe, in Florida.
Yeah.
To that, so I was kind of...
Now, he was playing with Duclair and Verhaeghe for a lot of the season.
That's right, Duclair, yeah.
Right. So. Anthony Duclair was putting up a lot of goals, so I mean, Toffoli versus Duclair, I'd probably pick Toffoli.
Yeah, Toffoli is coming along pretty good.
Right?
He's not what I'd call a top line player at all, in my opinion, but he is having a good season.
No, for sure. He could definitely be on second line on a lot of NHL teams.
Yeah. Now, we got McDavid passes the best season point total with 124 points.
Yeah, he's got more than that now.
Yeah.
But his best record was 123 or 124. Anyways, he's past that, which is kind of crazy to say how many goals and assists we've seen from McDavid, and that he's only got 123 in a season. Is kind of, you feel like it should be more than that. But, I mean, where's his limit this year, right?
Yeah, like, really, Edmonton should be doing better than what they are, considering what McDavid's doing this year.
No, for sure. They got 15 games left of the season. 15-ish games, I should say.
Yeah.
McDavid is on pace for 65 goals, I believe. He slowed down in the goal-scoring department as of the last little bit. But he's still putting up points, like 2 and 3 a game. He has more 4-point games this year than he has 0-point games.
Yeah, that's a crazy stat, actually.
That's out to lunch. He got 1 5-point game, and he's got, I think, 9 4-point games.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
It's out to lunch.
Backstrom and Ovechkin set to pass Henrik and Daniel Sedin with 280 first.
They're for combined goals.
Oh, combined goals.
One got the assist, the other one scores, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, you know how long Henrik and Daniel were playing together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and Backstrom was hurt the last couple seasons too, so...
Yeah, he was out for the beginning of this one, right?
Yeah, so that's still pretty remarkable they're even close to that stat.
It is, yeah. They'll pass them with 2 more goals. 1 to tie, 2 to pass. To come third in the league.
Yep.
The only other 2 better than that is...
Trottier and Bossy.
Brian Trottier, yeah.
And Gretzky and Curry.
Yeah. Wayne Gretzky and Yari Curry. So, I mean, it's obviously Gretzky was going to be part of one of that stat.
Yeah.
Scoring, right?
He's part of a lot of stats.
It's honestly scary to look back and see how many of his goals he did score with Edmonton. Dude was on fire. He scored 50 and 50.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I never got a chance to actually watch him, but some of the stats, if you look at some of his stats, it's actually amazing, some of his stats that he got there, right?
Yeah, he went on a downward trend, once he left Edmonton, right? I mean, not to say that he was crappy, but he definitely went on a downward trend between Los Angeles, St. Louis, and the Rangers, right?
Yeah. We also got Kirill Kaprizov injured 3 to 4 weeks with a lower body injury.
Yeah, that was crap. That's not good for Minnesota. Now they're still producing. They're still winning games.
No, that's not a good loss for them.
But it's not a good loss at all.
No.
My buddy Steve is a Minnesota fan actually, and he said that that's probably 35% of their scoring.
Oh yeah,
gone right there, right?
Yeah. They're playing pretty good this year.
Yeah, Fleury's been doing good. They had Fleury had a 46 save win there the other day.
Yeah,
that's at his age.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Good. Still producing at his age like that.
Yeah. Now Craig Anderson. You remember Craig used to play with Ottawa on that against Pittsburgh run.
Yeah.
He had a 50 save game, and he's 42 years old.
Yeah, I seen that.
So I mean, it's old. It doesn't just because they're old don't mean that they've lost it for sure.
He's the oldest. I think he's the oldest active player right now, isn't he? Craig Anderson.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
like active right now. I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, for sure. So Dallas, they beat Buffalo this week. Kind of surprised, honestly, that Buffalo let 10 goals. I think that's the first time this season that the team has scored 10, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm pretty sure it is, but Dallas isn't really known for scoring that much goals, really, so it's kind of a surprising stat there too.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, Dallas, like I said, they're surprising people. So is New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, Seattle actually. Something that not a lot of people talks about is how good Seattle is doing.
No, They've got the same team as last year, really. They picked up a few guys. Like, they got the Bjorkstrand from Columbus. He's a pretty good player.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know why I guess they're just having a better season all over, I guess.
Well, they're just starting to come together, I think, more.
More as a team.
More as a team.
Yeah.
For sure. Right? So, I mean, it all comes together.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It all comes together. So we got the Flyers parted ways with Chuck Fletcher. They promote Danny Briere to interim GM.
Yeah, he's been with the team now for a couple of years in office.
Yeah.
Now he's promoted. I think, like, Philly has always been there, but not there. Excuse me.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, they've had instances in their season where they win a lot of games in a short period of time, are in a playoff spot, start to get talked about, and then crumble.
Yeah, that's right.
Fall apart, right? It's another team that just haven't really done much at all in the last, 10 years, except for that year they went to the finals against Chicago.
No, and they're kind of in a weird spot because they're not really rebuilding either.
No.
So it's kind of like at some point you kind of got to, if you're not going to make the playoffs, you got to kind of rebuild or retool. But Philly kind of just puts the same product on each every year, pretty much.
Seems that way. They make a lot of trades, but they don't seem to get very far. Well,
the Lightning and Golden Knights combined for 146 penalty minutes.
Yeah, that was a rough game. That was the Golden Knights' overtime goal.
Yeah.
Or overtime game, I should say. They already won. I believe there was 11 players ejected for fighting.
Yeah, Tampa has a lot of games like that. They're a gritty team for sure. And the Golden Knights are too, really. They got a few guys on their fourth line that likes to mix it up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Carrier is one of them.
Yeah. Carrier and defenseman they got Braden McNabb.
Yeah.
He drops gloves every now and then too.
Yeah. Well, Vegas is doing good this year too, right? So I mean, they're winning a lot of close games and stuff like that. I don't know. It's something about Vegas. I'd sooner Seattle win than Vegas, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's just something about Vegas and how they had instant success. That kind of turns me away from them a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I like their jerseys, and the whole atmosphere in Vegas is honestly better than half of the teams that's already in the league.
Yeah, to me, they've kind of gotten too good too quick for a team just coming in the league.
Yeah. Now, they've been here this is their 5th season, I do believe.
Yeah, they've had a few good runs with it for sure.
Yeah. 5th or 6th season?
5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And we also got the Capitals sign Trevor Van Riemsdyk for 3 years at $3 million.
Yeah.
He's a pretty decent defenseman.
He's James's brother, right?
Yes. Yeah, James Van Riemsdyk's brother.
Yeah. He was almost traded to Detroit at the trade deadline, and it didn't go through.
Yeah, I was watching trade deadline, and they said James Van Riemsdyk to Detroit. And then I checked back in, and they said, no, the deal didn't go through. And I was like, what?
He must have missed the deadline, right?
Either that. I think there was something wrong with Detroit was sending them back like an injured player or something. So they kind of called off the deal. I believe it was something like that anyways.
It's weird because Detroit was, just outside of the playoff picture.
Yeah.
And they let go Hronik, and they let go Bertuzzi. And Vrana.
Yeah, well, Vrana wasn't playing much with them anyways, but still.
No, but I mean, still 3 big pieces of a team, right?
I'm kind of surprised with the Hronik trade.
Oh, man.
He's a decent defenseman.
He is a good defenseman.
And he's young. He's not old either. He's a young fella, right?
He did well over in Sweden.
Yeah.
And Detroit loves their Swedes.
Yeah.
And they just let him go to Vancouver of all places. I don't know. Something strange.
Yeah, that's odd trading me because he's kind of the defenseman you want to build your team around, right?
No, that's for sure. Bertuzzi I can see because Bertuzzi, there was a bit of a tiff there with the whole vaccination process. He was the only player left in the league that didn't want to get it. Couldn't play in Canada. Couldn't play in New York.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I can understand him wanting to go. Right. I mean, he wants to play bigger and better. But I don't know. Hronik was a weird trade for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
No, it's been a fairly slow week in regards of news for the league. I don't know. I think the wild card race in the East is a lot more interesting than the West.
Yeah, it is. There's the East. You don't really know between Ottawa and Florida and
You got
Buffalo.
Yeah, Pittsburgh and the Islanders.
That could change too, right?
Anything could flip there, right? I mean, lose 2 games, the other team wins 2, you're either tied or you're out.
Yeah, the West is pretty much set who's going to make it besides Calgary.
It seems to be that way, but we got to catch either Winnipeg, Edmonton, or the possibility of Colorado falling out. So, I mean, that's...
I mean, the seedings could change, but the teams that's going to make it is pretty much going to make it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't expect Nashville to catch Calgary, but
no.
I think Calgary's going to be that team that's just outside the window.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Which sucks, but I think that's just the way it's going to be this year.
Yep, I think so, too.
So, the only other thing, and I never really ran through them last week, but standings. I said I was going to try to do standings every week in the show, right? So I think wild card is a better standings to go over, I think, than division.
Yeah,
honestly,
that's right.
Hold on, you start with the East because you're an Eastern guy.
Okay.
You do the East, and then I'll pull up here and I'll find a spot so I can actually look at that legally.
Do you want me to do just wild card or all of it?
Well, just do the...
Okay.
Do the East, right?
So we got in the Atlantic, we got Boston in first with 105 points in 64 games. It's actually an NHL record.
Yeah, I believe Boston... I got it there in the notes, I do believe, somewhere, that Boston hit 47 points in December, and Columbus Blue Jackets only just hit 46 points this week.
Wow.
Right? That in itself is...
This stat here, a lot of people don't realize, too. Boston has a plus 105 goal differential. Which is the next closest team, I believe, is like plus 59 in Carolina. That tells you how good they are this season.
Yeah, that's out to lunch.
So then we got second, we got Toronto with 86 points. Yeah. They're not catching Boston. Then we got Tampa Bay in third with 82 points. So Toronto got 4 points there with a game in hand. So
which looks good. I think Toronto's got second locked up in the Atlantic, honestly.
Yeah.
Unless they shit the bed.
And in the Metropolitan, we got Carolina in first with 94 points. We got New Jersey Devils in second with 90 points. They could still catch Carolina, really.
They can. Yeah.
Then we got New York Rangers with 81 points.
Yeah.
So then we got the wild card race. Actually, right now, Pittsburgh and the Islanders are tied. But
Pittsburgh must have beat Philadelphia today.
Yeah. Pretty sure they did.
Scroll up. Should be down bottom. Game completed. Yeah,
5-1, yeah. Now, Pittsburgh got 2 games in hand on New York Islanders, so that's a big difference, too. So then we got Florida with 72 points.
Yeah.
We got Ottawa with 70. Washington with 69.
Yeah.
Buffalo was there with 68.
Yeah, so they're not out.
I think everyone under Buffalo is done. Detroit got 67.
Even though that's only 1 point behind Buffalo.
Yeah,
right?
but Detroit's kind of... I think Detroit's done.
They're fading, yeah.
We got Philadelphia Flyers with 59. Montreal Canadiens with 58.
Yeah.
And the lonely Columbus Blue Jackets with 47 points.
No. Looking at how many players Montreal got injured, I'm honestly surprised they have managed to put up 58 points on a season.
Yeah, their lineup right now is actually pretty much AHL lineup.
Yeah, I think 11 players at one point was on IR. It's out to lunch. Poor Montreal. Had that chance to take a cup and just didn't.
No.
Happy for you wearing a Leafs hat and Leaf jersey, but
I love it.
No, I mean, you know me, I'm more of a Montreal over Toronto guy, but Montreal had a good chance that year. I was really happy watching them go forward. Dallas is in first in the Central with 83 points. Minnesota is in second, poised to take that from them with 81 points. I didn't realize it was that close. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Colorado's in third there with 76. Then if you look at Winnipeg, Winnipeg's there with 75. They're in a wild card spot, but they can easily win a game now and pass Colorado and come up and start, playing for top 3 spots in Central.
Yeah.
In the Pacific Division, Vegas is there with 84 points. LA's tied with Vegas at 84 points. I did not realize.
I think LA is actually going to be a sleeper in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they always do really well in the playoffs.
Yeah, LA got a different kind of game for sure, right?
Yeah, they're a good coach team.
Yeah, Seattle still sits in third in the Pacific Division with 80 points. Seattle, like I said, has surprised a lot of people. Now, Edmonton is actually tied with Seattle with an extra game played with 80 points.
Yeah, Edmonton plays Toronto tonight.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting game. I need to go turn that on, honestly.
Yeah.
I'd probably be more interested to watch that game than the Calgary game at this point.
Yeah.
That's how disappointed I am.
Yeah.
But Calgary, they're 4 points back of Winnipeg. They're not going to catch Edmonton.
Who did they play tonight? Calgary.
Calgary, sir, does not play tonight.
Oh.
They played last night against...
against Anaheim.
Anaheim. They play Ottawa tomorrow night, 10:30. So Calgary's 4 points back from Winnipeg with a extra game played. So I mean, unless Winnipeg falls, Calgary's, I think, is out. Now Nashville's still there, but wow, Nashville has 4 games in hand on Calgary, and they only got 69
I never
points.
realized that.
Nashville got 4 games in hand. And then it pretty well falls off after that. St. Louis traded away half their team. Yeah. They only got 61 points. And then Vancouver got 59. Arizona got 56. Anaheim got 53. Chicago got 50. And San Jose got 50. So that's pretty much, that's the picture. I think the teams that are in their playoff spots now, honestly, are probably going to be doing, unless... I think the only team that really can poise for a wild card takeover is Florida. The other teams don't look strong enough to do it.
I think myself, Buffalo is going to miss.
Yeah.
If anyone gets in that race, I think it's going to be Florida over Ottawa.
Ottawa's still doing good, though, man. They picked up Chikrin.
Yeah, Ottawa, they're going to be a good team for sure in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
They got a lot of young talent there.
Yeah. Ottawa is a team that multiple years now people have been saying, oh, this is the year I think Ottawa's going to do it. This is the year that Ottawa's going to make the playoffs. This is the year that Ottawa is going to be a contender, and it's too soon, I think, to consider Ottawa a contender, we'll say.
They're getting the right pieces, but...
They're not there yet. I think goaltending... Now, they picked up Cam Talbot. Not wrong with Talbot.
He was injured most of the season, though. He's out again now.
Out again?
He's injured again now, yeah. I think it's 3 to 4 weeks, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody seems to be on a 3 to 4 week thing right before the playoffs. A little bit
convenient, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, trade deadline's over with now. You can't really put no puzzle pieces in play, but you can haul up somebody from the AHL, I suppose.
Yeah, there you go.
So McDavid is having a career year. Matthews seems to be having probably the worst year of his career in
Matthews
5 years for sure.
The thing a lot of people don't realize with Matthews, he actually leads forwards this year in shot blocks.
Yes.
A lot of people don't realize that, but he is just blocking shots all over the place this year.
I had a conversation with a Montreal fan actually, probably Monday, or it might have been even last Saturday. I had a conversation with a guy named Greg, actually, and he said that Matthews, he said, needs to get in and play defense more. And I said, are you right about that? And he said, oh yeah, Matthews is a pussy. Or, well, I don't know if he said that. He said something similar to that. And I said, do you know who led Toronto in block shots in the playoffs against Tampa last year? And And he said, I don't know, Muzzin? I said, nope. He said, was it Tavares? I said, nope. He said, don't tell me it was Matthews. I said, it was Matthews. Matthews has the most block shots this year, and he had the most block shots against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, his offense has taken a dip this year, but he's putting a way better two-way game this year.
Well, I mean, his plus minus may not be all that different. You know, I mean, he's playing. If he had 20 more points, he'd be in a Selke conversation.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Right, conversation. Not to say that he would win it, but he would be in a Selke conversation.
And I mean, he's still picking up assists. He usually gets a couple assists a game, but his goal scoring has dropped a bit this year. I think he's kind of battling a bit of an injury there, a wrist injury.
Yeah, that wrist injury has been bothering him for a number of seasons.
It's affecting his shooting there. That's why his goal total is down this year anyway.
Yeah. I think McDavid has got the Rocket Richard wrapped up for sure.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I mean, Matthews is 60 last year. I mean, that doesn't seem too far out of the picture for McDavid so far this year.
No, he'll get that for sure. The thing with McDavid is, like, he has explosive speed from a standstill. The games I've watched McDavid, he just takes the puck in the middle of the ice, and there's no one that can even catch up to him.
No,
he's just
on another level.
From a complete standstill, he just, like that, gone.
Every year we say he's the best player, and then he seems to evolve his game a fraction more.
Yeah.
It's insane, honestly.
It's crazy what he's doing this year.
No, I think Matthews will have a better year next year. We'll always say what we think, or he will, or he may be. But I think Matthews will have a better year next year. I think he can, I mean, if they go 2 rounds in the playoffs, there's no reason to say he can't score, 5 goals a round in the playoffs or something,
No, well, the Leafs, everything now with the Leafs is all based on playoff success. So if they lose again the first round of the playoffs, none of these guys' stats matter anymore.
No, somebody's got to go.
Right? They got to do something there. You can't just keep losing in the first round every year.
No. No. I think they're not going to get no farther than second round if they beat Tampa. I don't think they're going to beat Boston. And if they beat Boston, it's just going to be cats at the bag. They can do anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Playoffs is kind of different than the regular season, though, so it could go either way, really.
Anytime at any, all it takes is one injury or one game-changing movement.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Right? As Chris would say, ciao. But no, it was good. I think I like this new format.
Yeah.
I think drive around in car definitely changes things up a bit.
Yeah, I like it too.
Now I'm gonna have to go get some Lysol wipes now to clean off the Leafs germs off my passenger seat in my new car.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks,
All
buddy.
right, thanks, bud. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.